Thank you, everyone. Hello. That was hard-hitting journalism you saw in the owl. I didn't know you were going to show photos of me from high school.
I have some surprises.
Yeah, it's not really fair. You can't do it for President Biden because the technology wasn't invented. Good evening, everyone. I'm Colin Jost, and I'll be delivering the Republican response. I'll be honest with you, I don't have a lot of time. I need to get back to New York because I'm juror number 5 on a big trial. Trump's lawyer took one look at me and he's like, he's got to be on our side. Thank you, Kelly, for that very kind introduction. Doug, as you can tell from all the comments about my wife, I'm also used to being the second gentleman. I hope that tonight will be a night to remember for most of us. I have to admit, it's not easy following President Biden. I mean, it's not always easy following what he's saying. But before I begin tonight, can we just acknowledge how refreshing it is to see a president of the United States at an event that doesn't begin with a bailiff saying, "All rise." After 10 p.m., Sleepy Joe is still awake, though Fox News said he was just being anti-woke. We are all here tonight at Nerd Prom. Well, Matt Gaetz is at regular prom. I saw Matt Gaetz here tonight, but it was actually just my own reflection in a spoon. Like many of you here tonight, I pretend to do news on TV. My Weekend Update co-anchor, Michael Che, was going to join me here tonight, but in solidarity with President Biden, I decided to lose all my black support. Che told me to say that, and I'm just realizing I was set up. I've done Weekend Update for a while now, but most people don't know that I started out doing the actual news. My first job out of college was as a reporter for the Staten Island Advance newspaper. They do not have a table here tonight. By the way, I want to point out, when I worked at the Staten Island Advance, we had a daily circulation of 100,000. The Washington Post would kill for that. So as a former aspiring journalist, I want to genuinely congratulate all the award winners here tonight. Congratulations. Tonight, this event is being televised live on C-SPAN. There are so many incredible news organizations here tonight. Also, a few credible ones. The Washington Post is here. Washington Post. They were the ones taking your coats at the door. Please be sure to tip. Fox News is here tonight. It's the end of an era. Rupert Murdoch stepped down at Fox News. Wordle is here tonight. Sorry, I meant the New York Times. I forgot they do stuff in addition to puzzles. I have to say, it's not a great sign when the only thing keeping a print media company alive are games people play on their phones. And I have to say, apologies to the Times, but as a Staten Islander, I still get all my news from the New York Post. Thank you. The only paper where the front page always has the same 200-point font, whether the headline is World War III to start tomorrow or Central Park owl dead in building collision. There are so many incredible individuals here tonight. Laura Trump is here tonight. Okay, I got one woo. She recently released a cover of the song I Won't Back Down. Upon hearing it, Tom Petty died again. Senator Bernie Sanders is here because he's not the type to pass up a free hot meal. And in general, there are so many hardworking, influential senators and congresspeople here tonight. And I just want to say, on behalf of everyone I know, stop emailing us. Stop it. We get it. Democracy is on the line. And your plan to save it is to flood our inboxes like your Crate and Barrel. It's also wonderful to be back in Washington. I love being in Washington. The last time I was in D.C., I left my cocaine at the White House. By the way, can you blame the guy for turning to cocaine? He must be exhausted, orchestrating 4 separate trials against his rival, rigging the Super Bowl, and gearing up to steal a second election. I love, by the way, that Trump's 2 attacks on President Biden are that he's a senile old man and a criminal mastermind. I'm like, I think you gotta pick one. Personally, I don't know any criminal masterminds who bike to get ice cream. I'm not saying both candidates are old, but you know Jimmy Carter is out there thinking, I could maybe win this thing. He's only 99. There is an election. There's an election 6 extremely long months from now. So let me see if I can summarize where this race stands at this moment. The Republican candidate for president owes $500 million in fines for bank fraud and is currently spending his days farting himself awake during a porn star hush money trial, and the race is tied? By the way, President Biden, isn't it crazy that he's only our 2nd Catholic president? And what's even crazier is that in just a few short months, we'll have our 3rd in RFK Jr. Everything feels strange now. By a lot of measures, President Biden is having a very successful first term, but people don't seem to realize it. Like with the economy, the vibes are bad, but the numbers say it's strong. The economy is kind of like you on the steps of Air Force One. The gatekeepers are gone. Did you know that 90% of people now get their news exclusively from social media? And that must be true because I saw it in a random guy's TikTok. I wanted to thank my family, and I wanted to thank my friends for being here tonight to support me.